Hey everyone, welcome back to another Crooked Chicken review. Before we get started, if you are a newcomer to my channel and you don't know what I'm really about, I am in the business of reviewing TV shows, movies, video games, all of that crap. So if you would be so nice to check out my past work, and if you like it, please leave comments, please leave thumbs up, and if you feel so inclined, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So with that little bit of business out of the way, let's get into this next review. Today's review is going to be about the second episode of the Winchesters, the supernatural spinoff that has been very poorly received, to say the least. A lot of people don't agree with the story and just the acting, and in my case, some of the monsters just look really lame. They look like they're from the fucking Halloween section of Walmart. But just kind of getting into these last couple episodes, the first one, it introduced Mary and John and how they met, and kind of rewriting that history from what we can see so far. And in this next episode, there was a little bit more character development, and the story was a little bit better, but as a whole, it's still very underwhelming, and just, it's still very confusing and very infuriating for the most part to see where John is hunting, and from what we know from the Supernatural series, that John had no knowledge of hunting or what it was or anything. So we can only assume that, and this is the big theory, that it will be explained away with a memory wipe from either angel or demon, or an angel or demon goes back in time, or a deal is struck on a crossroads, or whatever the case may be. We're leaving it in the hands of Jensen Ackles, who says that he is going to explain why it is the way it is with this particular story. Maybe it's a different timeline, who knows. But getting into the episode, it does have a stronger opening than the previous episode. We kind of pick up, and they are in Savannah, Georgia. They are fighting zombies, and they're still tracking Samuel Campbell, Mary's dad. And they come across all these zombies, and, they kill a few of them, and they find this shotgun shell casing with Samuel's initials on it, and that's kind of like his thing to mark his work, because he builds his own shotgun shells. And then he leaves a clue under the body of one of the zombies, and so they go on to further their cause to find her dad. And in the meantime, during this process, Mary is become really fucking bossy, and the rest of the team, particularly Carlos, he is not okay with it. He is not okay with the fact that she is telling them what to do without question or anything like that. The story that they're going with is just kind of blah. But getting further into the episode, they track down this case where this kid goes missing from, under mysterious circumstances, typical supernatural form. And so they go to this location because that's where Mary's dad had left that clue under that zombie. It's this location. It's a news article describing this. And so they go there. It turns out to be kind of a hippie commune where, they're kind of just out doing their own thing, being hippies in the 70s as it is. And they are tracking these kids that are going missing, and they're talking to the family members. And they come to find it's some ancient, or not, probably not ancient, but some monster that was human at one point, killed her children because they disobeyed her, and scattered their remains in the ground, and it cursed the ground and all this. So she became some monster in all of this process that needs to occasionally feed on people or children that disobey their parents. And so it comes out, it disguises itself as John's mother, because at one point in the episode where he shows back up to her, they get into an argument because she doesn't want him to follow her, or she doesn't want him to follow his father's footsteps and go into this whole monster hunting business. So she shows up disguised as his mother and takes him, because at one point they think it's something that it's not, and he goes to fight it with the wrong type of defense or wrong weapon, and gets himself taken by this thing. With that, he finds the other people that have been taken in the meantime, gets them rescued, gets them out of there. And during the fight to get these people to safety and everything, they're fighting it, and they find a way to kill it and all this stuff, and then they kill it, and it has this squirt of green blood shoot up at John, and it just looks ridiculous. And the monster itself, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with these monsters like that. What was it? Fuck, I can't remember what it was. But the monster in the first episode that was the guardian of that area, I think it was supposed to be something that they'd previously fought in Supernatural series, and it just looked ridiculous. It looked, I don't know, like they were trying too hard, or they're just doing things that don't work, in my opinion. And in this next episode, they had this monster, which was this woman, and it looked like they just painted her face and threw some random vines and other green crap on her. It just looked really low budget and stupid. But I am still holding out hope that this series will get better, because I want to have faith in Jensen Ackles and his ability and his leadership behind the scenes. And just so far, it's just basically disappointing. It's really disappointing to see this more or less shit all over the legacy of Supernatural. So, and, also, I kind of have some theories. How we all know that John, from what we assume, does not know anything about hunting or anything in the beginning of Supernatural. And I'm kind of have this floating theory that maybe, aside from mind wiping and all this other crap, that when Mary dies, if a deal was struck on her behalf to have his mind wiped or whatever it is, when she dies, does it make that deal void, and then he remembers everything? And it kind of comes back to the opening scene, or part of the opening sequence in the first episode of Supernatural, where after he gets the kids out of the house and everything, it does that camera zoom up to Jeffrey Dean Morgan's face, where he just kind of looks up like he knows what the fuck's going on. And, this may be really, really stretching it, but does he suddenly remember everything that was taken from him? And maybe that's where Jensen Ackles will go. Who knows? I mean, who knows what his explanation will be for why he picked the story that he did. So, anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this little breakdown and my thoughts and review of the episode and the series as a whole, please leave comments and leave thumbs up. And if you feel particularly inclined, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It really goes a long way. So I guess that'll do it. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye.